Hey guys, my name's Chris Costello. I'm with Formula Disc Brakes. We do all the distribution for North America. We're based out of Petaluma, California, and we're here in Las Vegas telling you about our lineup for 2008. The big news for us this year are our two new downhill brakes. We've had all our World Cup downhillers riding them during the second half of the season. So Cedric Gracia, Minar, Matti Liikonen, these guys have been loving the new brakes. So I'm going to give you a little rundown on what we got to offer for the new DH brakes. You guys are already familiar with all our XC Oro brakes, so let's start over here. This is a new Mega. This is our entry-level version. Completely new master cylinder. Larger volume capacity of the reservoir. This year we did the FCS adjuster in an aluminum version, but the big changes are how we're designing our lever blades and our master cylinder pistons. You can tell the lever blade here has a level of hyperextendability. In the past, if you crashed and the lever wanted to hyperextend, generally, one of two things would happen depending on what type of brake you're riding. Either the master cylinder piston would pull out or the push rod would pull out. Ideally, you want to be able to ride away after a crash, and if either one of those things happens, generally, you're not going to be able to ride away with the brake. So, the new feature with the hyperextendability allows, in the instance of a crash, this small spring here will actually fail instead of pulling the master cylinder piston out or the push rod. Another thing we got going on our lever blade is we have an engineered braking point. So what that is we designed a small slit in the lever blade right here, so if you take a vertical impact, the lever blade's going to fail halfway down the blade as opposed to deeper into the master cylinder, or a place where you're not actually going to be able to get back home on. So when you have a failure right here, you still have enough lever blade to get back home, continue your ride. Since these are DH brakes, we increased the piston diameter. We're using 24 millimeter diameter caliper pistons. We're getting lots and lots of power out of these things. For those of you that have ridden the Oro, you already know that was a really powerful brake. These are even stronger. This one in particular uses a cast two-piece caliper. We offset the parting line here, as you can see, down the side. So instead of being down the center like a lot of two-piece calipers are, this one looks a bit cleaner. It actually creates a stiffer junction for us, and it allows us to use shorter bolts so that we can save weight. This brake again is called the Mega. It's our entry-level DH brake, and should do you just right. For all you guys that want a little more Gucci, we have the One. This is the brake that's been getting a lot of coverage, that all our World Cup DH guys have been using over the second half of the season. As you can see, the master cylinder is pretty similar to, or it's actually similar to what I just described to you on the Mega. The one big difference is you do have an external reach adjust, as well as the external contact point adjust, the FCS, which you guys already probably know about. Similar features on the lever blade, linkage push rod system, really, really strong. The big difference on this brake, we're really excited about our new forged one-piece caliper. This caliper doesn't use any bolts, uses the similar big 24 millimeter diameter caliper pistons, but internally the pistons on this brake are actually different. We have a patented design on these pistons where the backside of the piston is actually cup-shaped. So what ends up happening is that you get a lot of fluid sitting back there, and in terms of heat dissipation and performing under really high temperatures, it makes a huge difference. This brake literally will not fade. We've had our guys doing some huge runs in the Alps on rotor sizes that are smaller than what they're used to. The amount of fluid sitting behind the caliper deals so well with heat dissipation that the performance stays consistent regardless how hot we get this thing. This caliper, the 24 millimeter diameter piston one-piece forged caliper, is actually lighter weight than our Oro caliper. Finally, for all you folks that want something even a little bit more fancy, we're again doing our Greg Minar limited edition brake. It's actually the same brake as the One, but we've got Greg Menard's logos on it. We're doing a polished finish, and we're doing it a limited edition of 250 of them. The One, the Mega, and the Menard brake are all available in a 160, a 180, a 200, a 203, and a 220 rotor. The 220 rotor is available in both an alloy carrier version and a one-piece steel version. One of the things that we've really started noticing about these brakes is a lot of guys have been dropping rotor sizes. They're powerful enough to run smaller rotor sizes on your DH bike. What that means is better clearance, less impacts from rocks, and a longer lasting, better working brake. Look forward to seeing much more of you guys next year. We appreciate all the support you've been giving us over the years, and thanks a bunch. We'll see you next year at Interbike again.